then as I was going through my fabric stash to look for borders for these quilts, I came upon an almost finished project that I intend to finish this week. And this is a design by Maggie Bononomy, who's a phenomenal rug and wool applique designer out of Missouri. And I had taken a class with her and then bought her book and ended up doing this quilt. I plan to do this as a wall hanging, and I may or may not back it. I probably will back it and hand quilt it, but it's just about done. I only have the borders to finish appliquing, so I have to back up because it's kind of large. But this is called Live, Laugh, Love, and as you can see, I started this in 2016, and I don't know how far back I can go here, but this is Live, Laugh, Love. So it's the flower pot or the urn and the bird, and then so that's the bottom inner border, and then there's a bottom outer border. So yeah, that's what that looks like. But I want to get that finished. Lizzie Kate finished pillow and the little small. So that's the finished pillow. This, as you remember, all came with it. That's my back. And then this is the little mini. I love how that turned out. That's my back on that. The rickrack came with it. I thought it needed a little something something. So I have these displayed in the cabinet behind me, kind of like this. Oh, I'm so pleased with how those turned out. I would like to do 1,000 more of these little, little mini bunnies. I think they're so cute and fun. Several years ago, I was really into embroidery, and I bought a whole bunch of Christmas ones of these, but then she came out with some Easter ones. And so the deal is, on these, you embroider the little basket, or the little, in some cases for Christmas, it's a stocking, a little miniature stocking, and then they all come with something to put inside. And the Christmas ones were stockings with like dog treats or dogs or dog houses, something to do with pets, and then the little fillers were little stuffed dogs. On this one, it was the chocolate bunny, and I love the way that turned out. And then they're a little tough to finish, I have to say, just because they're so fiddly. And the canvas for embroidery is really thick and very difficult to sew, but I figured a way out. Don't look too closely because it's not the best work in the world, but I have that hanging on my Easter tree. That's a really cute little design. And then I did a couple of small Easter embroideries with wool, and this was one that I had done, and that turned out, that's cute, the little chick pulling the cart. I love that. I did another one that I liked even more, and you know how I said I throw things on this top of the stove, and obviously when it's not on, I learned my lesson because I burned one of them up. I turned the stove on the wrong side, and it didn't actually catch on fire. I ran upstairs and I could smell something burning, and I thought, what could be burning? I thought I was heating up the tea kettle, and I destroyed it. So luckily that's all that happened, and I didn't cause a whole huge fire. Several years ago, I finished this needle punch. This is a Jan Goose design called Chalkware Bunny, I'm pretty sure. This is probably one of my all-time favorite Jan Goose, or my favorite needle punches. I absolutely love this. And I just have it laying on a little, it's actually an antique sewing machine cabinet that I keep a little display on for the holidays, and it's just laying on top of there, and it looks so cute. I love this. I'd like to do more of these actually at some point, but yeah, that's just really cute. And then this is finished in the traditional way of just whipping the edges around and then just tacking down, using Aleene's tacky glue, just tacking down. So this, I really would like to put a piece of felt or wool on the back of this just to finish it off a little bit nicer, but isn't that cute? Isn't that, this is, oh, the name of that Valdani. This is Valdani, and I love the Valdani variegated colors. Oh, that's really pretty. I could look at that all day. Okay, and then I have been working on just two things the last couple days. The first thing is Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit Snow Day, the Aranco Originals. It looks like this. And haven't made a lot of progress. This is a little slow going. There's a lot of confetti in it. But it is coming along, working on Mrs. Rabbit's dress a little bit and the white. She's reading a book, I think, or looking at a directions or a piece of paper, a map maybe, but I think it more looks like she's reading a book and you can only see the white pages of the book. And so I had to here finish before, and then I just finished off, just finished off, or kind of got started on the next couple blocks down below. So I worked on that just for a few hours yesterday. Didn't get a whole lot done. I'm enjoying that stitch, and I did create a for the month of March, I created a schedule, a cross-stitch schedule, and so for the first 5 days I was supposed to be working on that, and I didn't. I worked on it, off and on for the first 5 days, so the last day is the 5th today that I'll work on that, and then I don't know what's on the schedule for tomorrow, but I'm going to try to stick with the schedule and just see how it goes, at least for the month of March, and see if I make any more progress rather than hopping from project to project, which is always very tempting. I also worked, and I didn't have a whole lot of time, but on Saturday night we watched a very strange movie called American Hustle. I think it's American Hustle. It had tons of really famous people in it, Bradley Cooper and Amy Adams and Jennifer Lawrence, and it was interesting. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it or not recommend it. It was interesting, but anyway, while we watched that, I worked on Feliz Navidad, which looks like this, which I love. This is on 40 count. Also pretty slow going, but I did get a little bit done. I finished off the letters in this row, and then, sorry for the glare. Wow, that light. I should try turning that light off. And then got started on this little urn here below, and I love the colors in this. Are so soft, and even though that's technically a Christmas piece, it feels very springy to me. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the 5 new rug patterns that I bought, 2 to do now, and then the other ones to do at some point later in time, and then I'm not buying any more new rug patterns this year. So the first one is called Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. That's what it will look like finished. And this is what it looks like right now. So fairly good size rug, but not gigantuous. The next one, oh, I love this one. This looks like that, Christmas Village, and I want to do this pretty much exactly like the picture. I think that will be really, really neat. This one's kind of large. I'm just going to quickly kind of show you. Yeah, there's a lot of detail in that. That'll be fun. This is the one I'm doing in the class that starts this coming Friday. It's called it's called Looking at You. These are all by W. Cushing Company, is the designer of all of these. It's going to look like this. Well, hopefully something like that. And it looks like that at this point. Let me show you that one last. This one is really cute. This one is just, my mother was older, and she hung her clothes. We did not own a dryer until I was in high school, and then the only thing that she dried on it were her towels, her bath towels. So anytime I see anything with a clothesline, I think of my mom. And look at that yellow house and that I love this. I love this. This is one that I can probably color plan maybe with a little help from Janice and just do. But I just absolutely love that one. And then the other one that I'm going to try to color plan this weekend in class but I probably won't finish it. This is really out of my wheelhouse, but I fell in love with this for some reason. It's kind of a winter scene with the lady feeding the birds. I loved this. I fell in love with it, and Janice and I were both thinking this would look so cool in a hallway or a bathroom. So it's huge. That's the top, and it goes on and on and on, and that's the winter scene down below. So anyway, those are the rugs. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'm starting to speed up a little bit because we're already at 2 videos and I wanted to do this quick. People have been doing these really neat little discussions about what all I'm into. And I have so enjoyed those. It's so much fun to hear and see what other people are into, and just, you know, it's just great ideas and inspiration and whatever. And so I've spent a little bit of money listening to what people are all into. But I thought for me, I would change that a little bit, because I say this all the time to my kids, and it drives them crazy. But I think my mother used to say it. I'm not sure where I got this from, but I say, whatever floats your boat. So I want to tell you guys what's floating my boat this week. besides what I've shown you so far, because clearly that floats my boat. But for Christmas, I got a lovely, I got several lovely, I just looked outside. It's not raining, guys, it's snowing. Well, that's nice. Anyway, I don't think we're supposed to get a lot. For Christmas, I got several lovely, lovely gifts, or boxes with awesome things in them. And one of the things that and of course I opened them and used them right away, and I didn't film over Christmas, and so people haven't gotten credit for that. But Michelle Rudy sent me just the loveliest gift, and several different awesome, lovely gifts for Christmas. And one of the things that she sent me was this beautiful tea mug for steeping tea, loose leaf tea, and tea to go along with it. And I love tea, and I have never ever had David's tea before, but it was a tea mug and tea from David's tea. And the little jar of tea that she sent me was the best tea I've ever tasted in my life. So I immediately went online and ordered more David's tea, and I actually ordered a care package of David's tea and a mug for my oldest daughter and for my son, because they're both big tea drinkers, and they got those for Valentine's Day, and they thought that was the coolest thing. They were so pleased with those. So I've been drinking out of Michelle's mug that she sent me. It's pink and it has mittens on it, and it was perfect. It was part of a display that I had set up for both in January, and then I used it again in February because it was a pink mug. And I decided I needed some spring David's tea mugs, and so I ordered 2 mugs and a whole bunch more tea. And so this is one of them. And so these are so neat. If you haven't seen them, you put the loose leaf tea in here and you steep it right in the mug, put the lid on it, and then when you take it out, you turn the lid over, and this is a holder for the tea as you take it out of the cup. So that's how that works. And then the other one I ordered, and I should have gotten this ready to show you, but I didn't, is this one. And I know this looks really plain Jane and doesn't look springy at all, but when you put hot water in this bumblebee lights up and is a floral bumblebee. It doesn't light up, but it changes colors, and it's a floral with all different colors in him, in the black. Florally beautiful flowers, and just really cute. So that's what that looks like. So I've been drinking David's tea, and I don't know if I can ever go back to any other kind of tea. So David's tea, it's floating my boat. I think that's all for today, guys. Hope floats, right? So we're going to have faith that spring will be here before too long. Have a great week, everybody. Talk to you soon.